Behavioral addiction. Ayurvedic view on treatment of Unmada, that is schizophrenia, and Shiva Puja. Dr. Pranita here from Mumbai. Hello everyone. Unmada. Ayurvedic understanding of Unmada is too difficult to explain in a single correlated term in modern science as insanity. Ayurveda explains the condition of insanity with respect to three important entities like Buddhivikara, Manovikara, and Atmavikara. Buddhivikara is deformity of will and impairment in thinking pattern. Manovikara, deformity of mind. Atmavikara, deformity of intellect and impairment of feelings. Origin of Unmad. Acharya Sushruta explained the origin of Unmad as below. Due to favorable causative factors, the morbidity, that is vitiated doshas, ascends upwards to the mind from the main site of heart. This leads to functional disturbance in its main location, that is heart, as well as disposed areas like brain and its various relative compartments. Due to this, the individual gets false belief or delusion and person appears as if intoxicated due to the unawareness or the situation. This condition is called as Unmad, a kind of psychosis. Mental disorders are caused predominantly by the imbalance of the attributes of the mind, that is sattva, rajas and tamas. There may be increase of rajas or tamas and deterioration or masking of sattva attribute. Now, kinds of psychosis. Brief psychotic disorders. Drug or alcohol related psychosis, organic psychosis, psychotic disorders, bipolar disorder, severe depression, postpartum or postnatal psychosis, substance induced psychosis, delusional disorder, schizophrenia. What causes psychosis? Life experiences that can cause psychosis. These are stress, anger or anxiety, excessive use of drugs and alcohol, sudden withdrawal of alcohol and drugs, homelessness, delirium, a serious physical illness or an operation, grief, divorce or separation, racism, tiredness. Then illness that can cause psychosis to include neurological disorders such as dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson, Huntington's disease are caused by a head injury, brain tumors or cyst, HIV, syphilis and other infections that can attack the brain. Long-term mental health condition, a side effect of medication, an effect of drug abuse, some types of epilepsy, stroke. Symptoms of psychosis: difficulty in concentrating, depressed mood, anxiety, depression, delusion, hallucinations, susceptions, withdrawal from family and friends, sleeping too much or unable to get enough sleep, disorganized speech such as switching topics erratically, suicidal thoughts or actions. Management of Unmada according to Ayurveda. Snehapan, internal oleation with medicated ghee. Mrudu Shodhan, mild body purification by emesis or purgation. Niruha Basti, decoction enema. Shirovirechan, that is medicated inherence and Sangya Prabodhan, oral medication to stabilize the mind. Now, single drug uses. Single drugs that recommend in insanity, that is Unmad, garlic, asafoetida, chorak, mustak, brahmi, jatamansi, jyotishmati, shankhapushpi, kushmanda, sarpagandha, rudraksha, vacha and yashtimadu. Ayurvedic formulations recommended in insanity Unmada. कल्याणघृत, महाकल्याणघृत, महापैशिची घृत, लसुन्नाद्य घृत, उन्मादे गजांकुश रस, रसस्वता चूर्ण, सारस्वत चूर्ण, सारस्वतारिष्ट, सर्पगंधा घनवटी, बृहत्वात चिंतामणी, योगेंद्र रस. Treatment principles of Aguntuj Unmad. Two types of Aguntuj Unmad which are said to be curable are mainly treated with Daiva Vyapashray Chikitsa, that is divine therapies. They are also non-pharmacological therapies. Adravya Bhuta Chikitsa. Daiva Vyapashray Chikitsa. Daiva Vyapashray Chikitsa is the treatment method based on the deeds done in the previous births and methods of correcting those deeds. It also includes believing in divine powers and measures taken to please the God. It can called the divine therapy. Daiva means God, Vyapashray means self-centered around, Chikitsa means treatment. Definition of Daiva Vyapashray Chikitsa. Tatra Daiva Vyapashrayam Mantrauchadhi Mani Mangala Balyapahara Homa Niyama Prayashchitta Upavasa Swasthayana Pranipata Gamanadi. This kind of Daiva Vyapashray Chikitsa were happen in previous eras, that is included in treatment of Unmad. Psychiatric disorders. The worship of Prathamas, the attendants of Lord Rudra who roam about the universe, makes the patient free from Unmad, that is insanity. Exogenous type of Unmad gets cured by Bali, that is sacrifices, Mangala, that is recitation of auspicious mantras, Homa, offering oblations to the fire, wearing talismans containing antitoxin herbs, observance of truthfulness, maintenance of good conduct, practice of penance, records of knowledge, charity, observance of the sculpture rules, and religious vows, offering praise to the gods, cows, brahmanas, and by application of the perfected mantras and medication. That is reference available in Charak Unmad Chikitsa 92 and 92 to 94 shlokas. Shiva Puja. In Bhutonmad, insanity, psychosis caused by bhutas, unknown forces or spirits. Rudra Puja, offering prayers and oblation to Lord Rudra. We'll see the relation mentioned in Ayurveda about Shiva and mental disorder. Most of the Ayurvedic practitioners look upon the Lord Dhanvantari, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, as a deity of Ayurveda and ideal doctor. Certainly, that is an important tradition worthy of following based on profound Puranic stories and symbolism. Yet in Rigveda, the oldest Vedic text, and Shruti, or a book of mantric vision of rishis, the primary doctor and healer is Rudra, the main Vedic name for Shiva. Rudra and Rigveda. Rudra is lauded in Rigveda as a supreme doctor. In the famous Rudram chant of Yajurveda, in which the mantra Namah Shivaya first occurs, Rudra is personification of the healing rituals, yajna, that grants well-being and longevity, that is Ayu, freedom from disease and health. Origin of yoga is related to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva taught yoga to Parvati, his wife, for the first time after marriage. Lord Shiva is the original light of reality and immortal life force. He considered to be the supreme power in the Hindu religion. There are many stories associated with its powerful god and the destroyer of evil. Shiva, the origin of yoga, Lord Shiva is considered the Adi Yogi, that is the father and the founder of the yoga. He is the foremost amongst the yogis, first teacher of the science of yoga, and he is the representation of flawless meditation and spirituality. Lord Shiva is always seen meditating in silence of the mounts of the Kailas and in sitting in a lotus pose. His meditating and yogic energies are so high that he controls the entire functioning of the universe in his subconscious mind. The position of yoga, one of the position of yoga. Shiva and Parvati. Shastras say that Lord Shiva first imparted his knowledge on yoga and meditation to his wife Parvati. It is only after this that the cosmic joining of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati happened. He taught Parvati 84 asanas of yoga which belongs to Vedic parampara. This enables the person to remain healthy, wealthy, happy and successful. Rudra and Agni. Vedic Rudra is connected with the Agni who purifies the body, mind and removes toxins and the poison, especially in his form as Agni Pravartak, Agni the purifier. This means we can identify Rudra with Agni who is lauded on many levels through the Vedas, starting with the first of its hymns. The Vedic Yajna and the fire rituals includes healing practices and the powers extending to its sacred ash, that is bhasma. Shaivita traditions have their own special havans for Agni, and many Shaivit sadhus maintain a daily or ongoing fire. Some covers their body with his scared ash or bhasma, which can also be taken internally for its healing power. The Shiva Agni connection remains enduring today. Rudra means making of sound and thunder association. Rudra Shiva with Om and the Sanskrit alphabet. The mantric side of Rudra is very important and set all the Vayus, Maruts or Rudras in motion in the force of nature. Agni also rules over speech, that is Vak. Rudra, Shiva, Rudra or Shiva is source of healing sounds and mantras starting with the Om Namah Shiva. In addition, Vedic Rudra is associated with the Indra and the cosmic power of Vayu and Vata, who governs the lightning force in the atmosphere and is also sometimes identified with the Om. While Rudra in the thunder form, Indra is lightning form, which two gets together even at a high level of beyonds of the elements, space, light and sound reflects one another. If we create inner space, inner light and inner mantric sound, we can expand our awareness into the cosmic. Rudra and Soma. Vedic Rudra is a dual deity with the Soma, that is Rudra Soma. Rudra in his Agni fire form is purification and his watery Soma form with rejuvenation. The two main sets of healing process. The two are also the sun and the moon. The entire universe is Agni Somatmakam, the nature of Agni and Soma, which is the nature of Shiva and Shakti. Shakti is also has her power and water form, notably as Bhairavi and Sundari. There are some hymns to the Soma in Rigveda than to Rudra. The entire ninth book or the mandala of the text consists over 100 of hymns to the Soma. Soma, which is associated with the moon, relates to healing of the plant, fruit, fragrances, rasayana, rejuvenation, especially forms of ghee, ghritam, and honey, madhu, extending to the healing power of the herbs and the trees, mountains, waters in general. The mantra Om Shim Somaya Namaha can use to energize all healing substance, particularly plants. In later Shaivism, Soma is defined as a Sa-uma or Shiva, with his consort Uma Devi, who is ultimate yogini, who together catalyze all healing energies and hold the forces of immortality and the bliss as cosmic masculine and feminine poses. Soma itself is a synonym for Ananda. At the level of deeper yoga practices, Soma refers to the flow of the Amrit nectar of the immortality from the thousand petaled lotus of the head, which connects to the Tarpak Kapha in the form of Kapha dosha that governs the secretion of the brain. This is the Shankara form of the Shiva and Sundari form of Shakti. What does Shiva in Ayurveda involves? Shiva Ayurveda is an yogic tradition is a yogic tradition that brings in all of aspect of yoga practice and Ayurveda, aiming not just the health and the well-being but also the pursuit of immortality and self-realization. It covers all 8 limbs of yogas, emphasizing nirvikalpa samadhi as ultimate flow of soma, which is the state of supreme Shiva self of all. It closely connected with the special Himalayan healing herbs like Shilajit, Brahmi, Ashwagandha, Calamus, and waters like that forms from the Ganga. It has a strong pranic compartment and a Bija Unmada application as in mantra Om Hrim Hamsa Som Swaha. The ultimate mantra of Shiva transcend light. It combines Vedic tantric approach including rudrakshas, yantras and deep meditation. It extends to the Sri Chakra and worship of the Devi in her yogic forms. Its emphasis is on rasayana and rejuvenation practices. It closely connected with the Vedic astrology as well as the way of higher consciousness with Shiva as Mahakala, the greater ruler of the forces of the time. So when Shiva becomes excited and too hot, he becomes destructive to form two in the form of nature showing its fury in the form of catastrophes in the external world and diseases in the internal world. And when Shiva became quiet, he goes in the introspective mode. Now I mentioned that Vata is like RAM and moves like snake, a channel through which current passes in the form of chemicals in the human body. So the snake represents Vata. Remember that without Vata, neutral circuits in the brain cannot form. So it is Vata that gives intelligence and far-sightedness. However, if Pitta is too high, then current will pass through Vata very quickly and burn the Kapha, which creates the body. It is this reason that Lord Shiva wears the moon, which represents low or control Pitta, which represents the an intelligent and cool mind who is always in meditative state and can see beyond the routine horizon for the course correction. Human brain versus universe. Last but not the least, by using Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande principle, even the structure, design, and a working of the cosmos can be understood by comparing human body and brain with cosmos. For example, the way our brain has folds inside folds, some Same way, even universe has folds inside folds of the space-time fabric. At humans' brains level, even if these folds are very closely located to each other and the electric current through the nerves cannot cross the physical barrier from the one fold to another and have to travel a long distance to reach a point on the other fold even if located very close. Same way in the universe too, the light has to go along with the folds of the space-time fabric even if two points are closely located. However, the electromagnetism does not need physical medium, so just in case of brain, a thought can emerge out nowhere and can get connected to another point in the brain due to electromagnetic flux in between two points, even if they are not physically connected or connected at a very low distance. Same way, even two apparently distant located points in the universe can get connected to each other through the some sort of EM flux, which can act like a bridge on a wormhole. According to WebMed, that is modern science, if you have schizophrenia, you will most likely prescribe medications or talk therapy as a part of your treatment plan, but you may have also curious about whether mindfulness based therapies such as meditation or yoga can help. The short answer is they probably can. While you don't want to use them instead of drug therapy, they can be useful in addition to it. While they are not fully relieved as primary symptoms, they may help you cope better with them and relieve associated problems. They can also help relieve stress. Here is a look of 5 different mind or body techniques and what the research shows. Meditation for schizophrenia. There is a lot of evidences that meditation can help with schizophrenia. Meditation itself appears to change brain structure, and some of these changes may help with the mental disorders such as schizophrenia. Some of the best researches is with the mindfulness meditation. This is a form of where you can focus or on being aware of what you sense and how you feel in a moment without any judgment. Early researches suggest that meditation can improve anger, aggression if you are going through an active phase of schizophrenia where you may have symptoms such as hallucination, decreased symptoms of depression, anxiety. If you if your schizophrenia has stabilized, enhance your awareness of your disease, shortens length of the inpatient stays, reduces rehab hospitalization rates. Thank you.